alongside your name, you have a target on your back. And this top-ranked team in the land is going on the road against a squad that can make its season if it can pull off a major upset. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a team from the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Leaves it with the back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They feed him again. They drag him down, but not before he picks up a Clemson 1st down. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but...
There he goes! Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Here comes Clemson with another 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Got enough for the 1st. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson! Setting up for the extra point after the 1st score of the game.
That is how you get your playmaking wide receiver in the game early. 1st series, they scripted this. They want to get him the football. They get him the football, and he does the rest. Gets the big touchdown in the opening drive of the game.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Rides the back and leaves it. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Scanning the field, it's Cuevas. That's caught. It's Sampson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
The Dogs really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. The offense needed something, just anything, to give them just a little breathing room, and the defense provided it with that penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. The give on the inside. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. And the offense will take that penalty and move a little bit closer. The offense lining up for a first down play. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Cuevas. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure. The quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Takes it on the return. He gets a block. Defender missed. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Caught behind the line. It's Davidson. Nice move to keep running. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for a first.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Back to pass, it's Cuevas. Catch in the middle, it's Hill. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. And the Dogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run play action. Snagged in the middle, it's Williams. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason that they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic, throwing the football down the field.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Pulls it in. It's Sampson. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
And the Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Finds his tight end. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
And you don't see that often when you're running the screen and you're featuring the running back and setting it up, but you go elsewhere. And it's a nice job by the offense, nice job by the quarterback in particular, seeing the defense, saying, I can make a play somewhere else, and he goes and does it.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
Wide receiver comes in motion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
To the air, it's Cuevas. Finds his back in the middle. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So first down here as they go back to work. Looking downfield on first down. A little screen to the running back. Turning it on! He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
Motion from the wideout. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Plows through the defense. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
He's running running backs nowadays. They're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball on the perimeter. You toss it out there, you run it back. He gets out there faster. Got a positive game. Still a couple plays here left, too.
Back to throw. It's Cuevas. Trying to barrel in. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
This defense has been able to force a couple of 3rd downs, but they haven't been able to get the stop. Can they do it this time? From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the score. Throw to the end zone, picked off.
How about the athletic ability by the big fella? You know, you got those big linebackers in there used to taking on fullbacks and offensive linemen the whole game. He understands for passing situations. I'm getting drops. I'm getting deep in my drops, playing the quarterback's eyes, breaking on the football, making the INT. What an athlete.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run up the middle, try different things to see what you do with it.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws for the tight end. Finds a man in the middle. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
That's reeled in. It's Brown. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another 1st down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Jefferson. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. This has been a staple of the offense at Clemson. Get those big receivers, let them make plays downfield, and it's been very effective over the years.
Yeah, and good quarterback play obviously helps, but when you got good matchups on the outside, it kind of makes the defense very predictable. Like, I got to give help. Okay, it helps my running game. You don't give help. Okay, I'm throwing to my freak out wide. So I think these guys on the outside with all that speed definitely are a problem for defenses.
The chains now on 2nd and long. Running back searching for a hole. Breaks into the... Got enough space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd, man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Sampson. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
The Bulldogs line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
The Dogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass, it's Cuevas. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Line getting set on 2nd down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw it. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Steps away to find some room. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Back to throw, it's Cuevas. Pocket breaking down. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. And he's down after the short completion. He did not make it to the first down marker.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. And the Dogs moving quickly to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Sampson. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Dogs!
You got to wonder if that's going to be the play that changes the momentum in this game for the offense. It had been tough. They were up against it here early in the game, but the quarterback now starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. Really nice touch and throw on that touchdown. And here we go. This might be the play that gives them their confidence.
He'll bring it out. It's Kane. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Going right to work up top. Throws to the tight end. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. Now on first and 10 from the 26. Wants to throw on first down. And he makes the grab, but he's out of bounds. Incomplete pass.
Just got to have better awareness if you're the wide receiver and understanding where the sideline is. That time it didn't even look like he was trying to get any feet down in bounds.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Caught over the middle, it's Brown. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Final little time. Lets it go. Makes the grab. It's Bennett. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged out of the air. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Clemson.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Just enough time for one final play of the half. try to get it to the edge. Got the first down and more. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Tigers will boot it away to start the second half. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing.
Gashing the knee on the right. Oh, he got loose. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside the 40. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Back to throw, it's Cuevas. Fires to the right. Got his man downfield. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Rides the back on the option, the give. Got some room in it to the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Let's see what he can do with the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Their lead down to 2 touchdowns as they go back to work on this drive. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the running back. Oh, he's got some space. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Safe completion on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
You know, that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Bennett. He's loose on the right. Touchdown, Tigers. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. The give on the option. There he goes. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Cuevas. He lets it fly. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's 4th down. Will they bring out the punt team?
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David. Just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. The sure hands, it's Brown. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route. And this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Bennett. Turning it on! And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations. They'll
run the option. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
And they'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. To the air, it's Cuevas. Pressure coming. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the 2nd half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Rushes on him. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. That's caught. It's Sampson. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better, right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
They'll run the option. Now the pitch. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Using his legs at screen. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
They knock him down right at the 20-yard line. Not enough for the 1st down, but maybe they'll keep the offense on the field.
It's nice for this D coordinator when he puts his nickel package out in the field, because that nickel player he's got who subs in is good in coverage. He's also aggressive, and he does a nice job blitzing, and he can play the run. They can spy the quarterback. There's a lot of different tools this guy's got to defend against a mobile quarterback, and I think you saw a little bit right there in that nickel package, now setting up 4th and long.
Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So first down will open up the final period. Going to the running game. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air, or you've got to be more physical up front.
And that's a good second down run. Commit to the running game, run the football. Great gain, great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
From the gun, the give, looking for room. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
From the gun, running back gets to give. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. That penalty cost them a 3rd down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down.
Coming up, 4th down.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
And the offensive line has to do a better job protecting their man. It's 4th down. He needs some time to make a play. The defense brings the blitz, beats the offensive line, and gets the big sack.
They'll give it to the back, fighting off the defender. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
They'll leave it with him. Fights off a defender. They finally get him stopped, but this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the 4th quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did, Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
On the option. Power football with the run. He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. And it's right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Pittsburgh is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Dan Marino, this might not be over just yet. They're trailing by 12 to Syracuse. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. He breaks a tackle and runs through another guy. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way.
Breaks into the open. He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we've certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
And they'll take a knee.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it.